Very simple modification today. Automatic boot opening. Well, they're not automatic. You still got to press the button on your key fob, and it's basically just a spring because they don't shut themselves. So they're not really automatic, but they are just assisted. So let's see what we get in the box. It's nicely presented, as you'd expect when you pay £1 million for something. And away, we got a free air freshener. Everybody likes free stuff. So free air freshener. Installation, which we're just going to make up as we go along. And a nice packet and a nice packet. So these have an option to come with some reinforced brackets, which I decided I was going to buy because I've read that sometimes it causes cracking to your to like the rear boot, not the actual boot lid, but to the side where the bolt to. So we've got the extra brackets and we've got the gas struts in there, which should have little springs on them, which is how it works basically. It's like spring-loaded gas strut. It's really very simple and very effective. So these all come nicely packaged in, I don't know, like AliExpress China packaging. Probably should have looked on there to see if they were cheaper, but there we go, little red spring there. So we're going to have to fit these brackets and then those, which should be dead straightforward, and then we can fit our air freshener, which this doesn't come with instructions on how to fit it, which is a bit of a shame because I might get that wrong. But right, okay, so to the car we go with brackets and struts from emeraldstruts.com. Facebook, Instagram, email. You can also Facebook and Instagram One Blue Ghost, because we're on there as well as YouTube. Right, so as per standard, if you double press this, that's it, and you have to actually manually do stuff. Who wants to be manually doing stuff? Nobody. So this is what we've got to remove. I'm assuming it replaces these brackets here, and then off there. That's it. Do one at a time, just because then we can have the boot open. Got all this green stuff in there. Might have to clean that as well at some point. Disgusting. But yeah, manually opening boots. Who needs that in their life? Nobody. Oops, it's a long story. So we've got ourselves a small little screwdriver, and we're just going to remove this clip here. It's really difficult to do one-handed, like everything. And then that should, there you go, like that. Keep that, might need it. I'll put that in there. That's the clip. Seems to be magnetic, weirdly. And then we need to remove this one. Well, we don't actually, we can just unbolt that, but we'll remove it anyway. Clip. That's that in there. So now this should just pop off. Like that, and then your boot will fall, but then that's that off. So now we need to remove them bolts, put the new bracket in, and then put the new boot strut in, and then hopefully it'll be strong enough to hold this up because this is now falling down. Or I can use my head. I can just use my head as a support. Perfect. If you're lucky enough to still have a 10mm socket, because a lot of people lose them, that's what you need to take the brackets off the car. So 10mm. You may only have a spanner, but yeah, still propping this up with my head. Still a one-man job so far. So we're still supporting the boot with our head. It's not a problem. Got a hat on, softens it a bit, and our brackets are now fitted. That's them there. They're actually labelled right and left. In case you get it wrong, don't know how you could, but you never know, you might. So now what we need to do is we need to go and get the new boot struts from the garage. Put them on. ST. And there we have them. Out the packet. It even says on them what they're for, which is great. I think mine's a 7.5. But yeah, so you got these little clips here. See them there? You need to remove those, otherwise you won't fit them on. Because these little clips here is what secures like the metal ball and the mounting point into the actual end of the strut. See, it's got like a flat piece that goes across inside of there. You see that? That's what locks it in place. So we need to remove all 4 of those, and we need to keep them safe, because if we lose them, game over. Well, we just get other ones, but let's not try and lose things. So yeah, we'll just remove these first, and then we can pop on the struts on. Then once it's on, we can test it and see how it works. Quite excited, to be honest. I've always wanted to have automatic boot struts that aren't actually automatic. Yep, so that's your 2 clips off this one, so we should, in theory, it might support it alright with this, because these should be slightly heavier duty than the ones that came off. Maybe, we'll find out. So yes, you've got the spring end up this side, next to the bracket, going down. Now this is actually strong enough to support itself with just the one strut on, luckily, so it makes it a bit easy to put them back together. But yeah, so just put that on, here we click. Pop that side on. You may need to rotate the ball slightly to get it to fit. Like that, so that's now on. Clunk and clunk, and then you just need your little clips which go in there. There's your little clip, so pop your little clip through, it'll go through that little slot there, come out the other side, and you just pop it on. Same with this one. This is in an awkward position for this hand, so I'm absolutely fine. Now that they're fitted and your neighbour's cutting the grass to make some noise, but remember to put your rubbish in there. So yeah, one of the easiest things I've done in a long time. A bit dark here, weird. But what I will say is that your boot's actually a little bit harder to close and heavier, obviously, because your struts are a bit stronger, and they've got that little spring on them. The little spring basically is the strut compresses. The little spring will just sort of pop the boot open. But yeah, so the struts are a little bit more stronger than the original ones. So just bear that in mind, that you will have to put a bit more force into closing your boot, which is, I guess it's the downside for it opening without having to touch it, because you know, sometimes you're carrying boxes and stuff, and although it's weird because if you're carrying boxes, you're going to need your key fob to open your boot, so you probably need a hand anyway. But it just looks cool, honest. It looks a bit more modern and a bit more modern. They're automatic. They're not really automatic, are they? I guess they're a gas strut with a spring on it, but they don't close, because obviously you've got to close them yourself. So unlike some cars where you press them, it's like a hydraulic thing, go poof, and it shuts the boot as well, which is cool. But this doesn't do that. It's 2014. But it's one of the easiest mods I've done, and it took maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes tops. I did it on my own using my head to balance the boot on. So would I recommend them? Yeah, I probably would actually, because it's going to be a lot easier for me. Just putting stuff in and out the boot, because the boot will be open. So yeah, recommended. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Straightforward, dead easy to do. I didn't even look at instructions, I just guessed. So that's how easy it was.